Good morning, everyone. Hi, this is Cindy here from Two Crafty Little Sisters. And for today's project, we're going to make a Halloween shaker card. I love making shaker cards. You can make so many different kinds, but I just really love making them. So this is the one I came up with this time. For today's project, I used the Lawn Fawn Trick or Treat set and also the matching dies that went with it. I also used, for the Trick or Treat square, the stitched square dies. I used the second one in. For the orange frame, I used the Lawn Fawn stitched frame dies. It's on the back there. Used that to make the frame. Oh, I'm sorry, it's this one here. I used the biggest frame. And then for the circle to cut out, in the middle I used a stitch circle die. I also used art glitter glue and the metal tip that goes with it. I really like this glue, very versatile, use it all the time. I used Spectrum Noir markers, 2 grays, an orange, and kind of a orangey tan. And I also used some sequins to put in there also. And the last thing I put in the shaker bit part was some silver crushed glass glitter. Okay, let's get started. I took a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, cut it 6 by 12, scored it at 6 inches to make a 6 by 6 inch card. This is normally a lot bigger card than I usually make, but I'm going to be hand delivering these cards, so I don't have to worry about it going through the post office. For the top layer, I cut it 5.5 by 5.5, and then I took one of the circle dies and cut out a nice area to put the shaker parts in. And then I used the frame, the stitch circle frame die set from Lawn Fawn, and I cut out a frame for the front. And then I also, from Fun Foam, cut out 2 circles that I'm going to use, glue on top of each other, and put on the back to hold my shaker bits. So first, what I'd like to do is I'm using some art glitter glue. I really like this stuff, and I've got the smaller tip that goes on there too. I cut out a piece of acetate to go on top to hold the shaker bits in. So I'm just going to put glue all the way around here. And glue that in place. Then next, put a line of glue down. So I can put the first piece of Fun Foam. I usually use 2 layers for my foam, but I have sometimes used 3 layers. Just depends on how thick I want it. Just make sure that it's around where it needs to be. And this glue does not dry instantly, so you have some wiggle room to move stuff around. which I find is nice. I've used the glue that is quick glue, and sometimes it's a little too quick for me. I usually end up having to make another card because I've screwed it up. Okay, put some glue down for the second layer of foam. And shaker cards are kind of a little bit on the putzier side to make, but not too bad. And I just love the way they come out. Let's see, there we go. And while that's drying, I also want to cut out just some strips of fun foam, and what I want to do is put some around the edges just to build up the whole piece of card layer, cardstock here for the front of the card. You can use the foam tape, but I had these little chunks just kind of laying there. I thought, well, I'm going to use these up. That one. Oops. And I put 2 layers down. And if you wanted to, you could put some more, around the, but this will be good. It worked good for me. And it's nice, this is a good way to use up some of those extra chunks you have laying around. Okay, oops, see, it moves a lot. So we'll let this dry for just a little bit, and I cut out, or I stamped from the stamp set some bats, and then I put little foam dimensionals on the back so they'll pop out. And I also cut and colored some of the little candy corn that's going to go in the shaker part. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. I'm just going to put those in there. Oops, put that one there. As long as we're filling that out. That's just good stuff. I got some black sequins I'm going to put in there. And these are pretty bright orange, kind of. I like them. Put those on there. I have some silver crushed glass glitter. I'm going to put just a little bit in there. Make it easy to, that kind of helps make everything float around. So we got that. For the images that I used, I did color them in with Spectrum Noir markers. I used the IG1 and the IG2, and I just kind of laid down a little bit of a dark first. And then came back in with the light and kind of blended it in together. candy corn, I used OR1 and TN2. And just kind of and then just blended that in. Didn't spend a lot of time on it. Real quick, real easy. And then I cut this out with the matching die set from Lawn Fawn. On the square stitched die that I used, I cut that out and it fit the trick or treat just perfectly. Put some foam dimensionals on the back, and I'm going to take my blending tool because I thought the white just looked a little too stark. I'm using Distress Ink Spiced Marmalade, and on the back is I have my blending tool. Fits right inside there. Kind of nice. And then I just want to just give it a little. I should have done it before I put the Stampin' Dimensionals on there, but yeah, this will work. And there, it kind of just gives it a little bit more dimension and wasn't quite so white. And then I'll just wipe that off. So I think we're all ready to put the card together. I cut another piece of the acetate, the same size, so that I can enclose all the sparkly bits for the shaker card. Yep. That on top, and we'll let that dry for a minute. And then to adhere the card, I'm just going to put some glue down here, and here, and then around the outside. And excuse my head. I just want to get this kind of centered the right way. There we go. Okay, now that we've got the top all on, one last thing we need to do is add the orange little frame around the front. And then I just added that. And the trick or treat. And one more bat. And there you have it. A nice Halloween shaker card. Ready to go. So I hope this inspired you to try out some shaker cards of your own. Have a great rest of the week, and thank you for joining me. Bye for now.